Welcome to the next lecture of mechanics of material. So we were solving about simply supported beams. We have already completed a lecture on simply supported beams where we have solved the problem using point loads. Here the problem of simply supported beam with combination of uniformly distributed load. First we will solve with uniformly distributed load, and here we will see a new concept where we will understand what is maximum bending moment, how to calculate the maximum bending moment. This is a new concept which we are going to apply in this problem. Okay, so first let us understand the question what they have given, then we can able to proceed for the solution. So first they have given, draw the SFB and BMD for a simply supported beam of length 9 meters. The length is of 9 meters and uniformly distributed load of 10 kilonewton meter. By seeing the value or unit itself, you can easily understand it is a uniformly distributed load. So what length the distribution is being done? It is done for a unit of 6 meters. So first let us draw the simply supported beam. So this is your beam. So what is simply supported beam? One side fixed in vertical direction, one side completely fixed. One side fixed in vertical direction, another side completely fixed. So let us use a naming. This is A point, this is your B point. Next thing is, what is the length between these? Length given is 9. Length given is 9 meters. Then whenever I say fixed, so obviously we will be having reactions. We will be having reactions. One reaction is, already we discussed, the reaction should be taken in simply supported beam. Since we are having two reactions, one should be taken as RA, another reaction is taken as RB. Here another reaction will be there which will be acting in horizontal direction, but whereas that is no other forces acting in horizontal direction, that will become 0. But whereas here no horizontal reaction because it is free to move on horizontal path. Okay. Now let us draw the UDL. So they have given the UDL like this for a length of 6 meters. So what is the length of this? 6 meters. So this we have to solve. So what is the basic thing we have understood? I will separate the calculations. So first we will do basic calculations, then we will do shear force and bending moment calculation. So what is the basic calculation? Beam under solution. Beam, first thing you have to consider is beam is under equilibrium. Under equilibrium. Beam is under equilibrium. Okay. So when we say beam is under equilibrium, we have three equations. First is summation of Fh is equal to 0. So what is summation of Fh? Fh is, we are having only one, so that is Rh is equal to 0. Next is summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. What are the vertical forces we are having here? Let us take RA is one vertical force. Again, to understand easily, we can write another concept. Upward force is equal to downward force. So it will help you to easily understand equal to downward force. What is upward forces? RA and RB. So RA plus RB is equal to your UDL. UDL will obviously act downward. So what is the unit of UDL they have given? They have given it as 10 kilonewton per meter. Where it is given? I have already highlighted it. So what is downward force now? 10 kilonewton per meter given. So per meter it is 10. So for what is the length UDL has been distributed? For 6. So we have to multiply with 6. 60. So RA plus RB you got 60. This is your equation 1 you can consider. Okay. So this is 60 kilonewton. Then next, another, we have solved two equilibrium conditions, but we are having one equation with two unknowns. For getting another equation we should solve another equilibrium condition, that is momentum about point A is equal to 0. Okay. Take the moments about point A. When I say moment about point A, we have to take clockwise movement should be equal to anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. What are the clockwise movements here we are having? So 1 is because of UDL. UDL will try to rotate the point A in clockwise direction like this. Okay, so that is first thing is 10 into 6. That this is nothing but your load. This is nothing but your load. Again, you want distance. You want distance. So what is the CG? At what point the CG will be present for the UDL from point A is exactly half. So that distance is nothing but 6 by 2. That is 3. Is equal to anti-clockwise. Your RB is trying to rotate point A in anti-clockwise direction. That is RB into what is the total distance? The total distance is 9 units. Clear? So let us take RB is equal to 10 into 6 into 3 divided by 9. 3 ones are 3 ones are. So RB value we got. Okay, so RB value we got means RA is equal to 60 minus RB, that is 60 minus 20. RA is equal to 40 kilonewton. Or you can write it here is equal to R. So understanding purpose will be easy. So I will replace this value here. RA is equal to 40 kilonewton, right? Yes. RB is equal to. So for drawing shear flow diagram, I will extend the lines. So this is A point, this is B point, this is your C point. Done? Now, so first, for doing the calculation purpose, I will take shear force calculation. Shear force calculation. SF calculations. SF calculations. So SF calculations, you have to come from right corner. You have to come from right corner. What is the sign convention? Let us write the sign convention at this point. Sign convention for R to left to 2. So right to left is upward, downward force should be taken as downward force. You keep on writing this, you will have a practice, and at the final you will be memorizing it easily. Next is anti-clockwise movement is equal to positive. Done? So this is your sign convention as of now. Every time. So shear force calculations. So for doing shear force calculation, we have to start from right corner. So start from right corner. Shear force at before point B is equal to 0 because there is no load acting before point. So next is shear force at B. At B, shear force is upward force of B. What is upward force? This is downward positive, means upward is negative. What is the value of RB? 20. So minus 20. Next is shear force at before C is equal to, no other load is there, that load will be coming all the way, that is minus 20 kilonewton. Next is shear force at C. At C we have UDL, but length of that is 0 at point UDL. So it is again minus 20 kilonewton etc. Next is shear force before A point. Before A point. So from B completed, C completed, we are coming to A point. Now let us see A point. So at shear force between A point is, you have to take all the forces towards right. First force what we are having is minus 20 plus, because this UDL will be acting in downward direction. So sign is plus from this convection, sign convection. So plus 10 into, what is the length of that load? UDL 6. So this is minus 20 plus 60. So that will be equal to 40 kilonewton. Next is shear force at A is equal to, shear force at A is equal to, this 40 will be there, minus 40 will be acting exactly in RA, that is because of upward direction, minus 40. Total is 0. Now let us draw the shear force diagram. So at point B there is zero load. Next is load is going in downward direction initially. See here, this point, yes, this load, this load. So initially it is 0. From 0 to minus 20. From minus 20 no load is acting. We will continue with this. Done. So from here, okay, we have to go to the load 0. What is this? 40 kilonewton before point A. 40 kilonewton before point A. From this point, what is this? 20 kilonewton in negative direction. Clear? From here to 40 kilonewton in positive direction. What is this then? 40 kilonewton. From here to here we have to join. So the loads have been continuously varying. So the shear force diagram will be joined by using a inclined line. Okay, you should be very much careful while drawing this line. Okay, this is the positive direction of your curve. So this is your SFD. This is your shear force diagram. Clear? Done. So next we have to do is bending moment calculation. For identifying the bending moment calculation, bending moment will be maximum where shear force is 0. So in question they have given to identify maximum bending moment. Bending moment will be maximum where shear force is becoming 0 or where shear force is actually changing the sign. Because previously also we have seen a case where its value is being changed like this. It should be taken as where the point where your shear force is becoming 0, at that point your bending moment will be maximum. You should remember that. Shear force 0 means, I will write here, shear force 0 means bending moment is maximum at that point. So for that we have to identify at what distance this point is coming. At what distance? Because I have to calculate the moment at that point. So I have to calculate the distance first. Let us take from left corner, it is at a distance of x units because I don't know the distance of it. Okay. So this is x means what will be this distance? 9 minus x. Correct? So if this is 9 minus x, what will be this distance? This is x. Total is 6 because from point C, this is point C now. So till point C distance is 6 meters. So obviously this is 6 minus x. Correct? Now let us calculate shear force. I am giving the name to this point as D point. We don't have D point, we will take it as shear force before D point is equal to shear force. Same procedure. You have to calculate the moment from shear forces from right corner. So from right corner, what are the forces we are having? One is negative force, that is RB acting in upward direction. RB acting in upward direction, that is minus 20. Minus 20. Another force what we are having? We are having this UDL. We are having UDL, that is plus 10 into what is the distance of the UDL from point to D? No, it's not. See the point. So what is the length we have drawn for here? UDL is 6 minus x. UDL is 6 minus x because we don't know what distance. From left we have taken x means other distance of the UDL is 6 minus x because we have taken some point from left direction as x means the right side direction of UDL will be 6 minus x. Since this is calculation of force, no moment is required. So 6 into, okay. Now let us see minus 20 plus 60 minus 10x. Minus 10x. Minus 20 plus 60 minus 6x. What is the value of shear force at this? So this is baseline. So on baseline your shear force should be equal to 0. On baseline your shear force is 0. So your value you should make the shear force at this point equal to 0. Now equal to 0. 0 you got 0 is equal to minus 20. Minus 20 plus 60, what is the value? 40. Minus 20 plus 60 is 40 minus 10x. Minus 40 plus, minus 10x, yes. Clear? Next, this 10x will come on other side, it will become positive. X is equal to 40. X is equal to 4. X is equal to 4. So x is equal to 4 units you have got. So from here to here, it is x is equal to 4. So what is this 6 minus 4? This is nothing but 6 minus 4 you will get as 2 meters. Okay, 2 meters. Done. So you have to take the moment while calculating the moment. You have to even calculate the moment at point D also. Okay. Now let us take the bending moment calculation. So what is bending moment calculation? First, bending moment at point B is equal to 0 because there is we are having a load but we are having no distance. We are having load but no distance. Next is bending moment at point C is equal to. So to point C, what the bending moment, that is nothing but what RB is doing, right side force. So before C, what is the force you are having? RB. What it is trying to do that? See in what direction it is trying to rotate point C. It is trying to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise means positive. So positive means first node is 20. What is distance between RB and C point? So total distance is 9. So that is 6. So what is remaining? 3. So 20 into 3 is equal to 60 kilonewton meter. Clear?
X is 4.
So till point C, so what is this distance? 9 minus 6.
9 minus 4.
6. To point C, this distance we are seeing, you are not seeing from here, you are seeing from here. So it is 9 minus 6, 3. Next is bending moment at point D you have to take. Bending moment at point D because that is the moment where we are calculating the maximum bending. So that is, one is clockwise, that is because of load 20 into, now calculate the distance from this point to this point. So this is 2. So what is this distance? 3 equal to this distance. This is 3 means this is also 3. 3 plus 2. Our simple calculation is total is 9. Out of 9 this 4 is gone. So what is remaining? 5. Simple calculation. So 20 into 5 minus. So this UDL you have to consider. The UDL which is acting in a length of 2 units. That is 10 into 2 into y. This 10 into 2 is nothing but load. 10 into 2 is nothing but load. Then you have to calculate the CG. So CG for what part? This part. So this part CG means, so what is this total length? 2 meter. The CG of the 2 meter will be half of the length. Half of the length. That is 1. 2 by 2 or 1. Whatever you want to take. Okay. Next is 100 minus 20. Total is 80 kilonewton meter. Finally, bending moment at point B completed. Next is bending moment at point A is equal to. Bending moment at point A is equal to. One is because of RB. RB is in clockwise direction. Here sign Y have taken 20. You should remember because this is downward force is trying to rotate in clockwise. Okay, that is 20 into total distance from B point to A point is 9 units. So 9 minus UDL. UDL is 10 into 6 into 10 into 6 into. See 10 into 6 is nothing but load. What is the distance? For total 6 length, what will be the CG of that point? 6. Half of 6, that is nothing but 3. So that is 180 minus 30 into 6, 180. So 180 minus 180, 0. So we will draw the diagram. Okay. Now let us take from the initial point. Initial point is 0. Next point is 60. Where is it? It is at the point of C line. What is C line? This is your C line. I am D line now extending. C line is 60. 60. Next, what is this value? 80, which is more than 60. Obviously, among all the bending moments, this is maximum value you are getting. So maximum bending moment obtained. reached the maximum. So this is 80. Next, what is the value of bending moment at point A? 0. So join this. So initially this is a no load is acting. This should be joined by an inclined line. You have to write here inclined line. So but whereas here we are having UDL, but whereas in shear force we are having inclined line. So if it is an inclined line, this will become parabolic. This will become parabolic curve. So you have to write the curve name here as parabolic. So this is straight line or inclined line. You can write, instead of writing inclined line, because some people will get confused with that. You can write it as straight line. Straight line joining 2 points. Okay? So straight line, parabolic. So this is your positive side or negative side. All values are in positive bending moment diagram. So in this way we can able to solve the shear force and bending moment diagram for a simply supported beam, and this is the procedure of calculating the maximum bending moment. So for identifying the maximum bending moment, you should know where the sign of or where the shear force is becoming 0. The point where shear force becomes 0, at that point your bending moment will be maximum. Where shear force is 0, bending moment at that point will be maximum. So the question clearly they mentioned calculate bending moment. In this way you have solved. If you even check the values, obviously if I don't know this point, D point, what we will do? We will directly join this point with 60. What will happen? You will lose your highest bending moment value. Because of that highest bending moment value, what will happen? Your beam will fail at that load. You will assume that your maximum bending is 60, but whereas it is 80, you will apply some other loads. Because of that, your beam may fail. To avoid that, what we will do, we will try to calculate the maximum bending moment. Okay, clear? So with this, try to, if you have any doubts, you can write in your comment section. Okay, done. Thank you.